Are you being body shamed? Do you have friends who tell you your head is too big, your arms are too long, your legs are too long, you're too tall, you're too short, your breast is too big, your butt is too big, or stuff like this? Are you in a workplace where people always talk about your body in a negative way? Or you in a school where people are always picking out a part of your anatomy and telling you it's too big, it's too small? That's called body shaming. Well, if you are suffering from this, or you have people who complain about this, or maybe you have children and you don't even know that this is happening to them, you are in the right place. In this video, we're going to be talking about all things that have to do with body shaming and self-hate. So stay tuned, we'll be right back.
You know the way I do it when I drop lyrical. Anytime I spit lyrical, philosophical, all the niggas mimical, but it's fair still on taking literal. Punchlines collateral, maximum damage.
Hello Chronicles, hello YouTube, how are you all doing today? I hope you're having a good day. Now, in this video, we're going to be talking about body shaming and self-hate. Now, there's no body shaming without self-hate. When you get body shamed for a very long time, your confidence drops and you start to ask yourself, is there something wrong with my arm, with my head, with my eyes, with my teeth, with my nose, with my mouth, with whatever part of your anatomy that people are always negatively talking about? And give it some time, you start to hate yourself and it leads to depression. Okay? Body shaming should be frowned upon in any and every shape or form. It really does very negative and bad things to a person's self-esteem. Okay, when I was in high school, I was body shamed a lot because I was one of those kids that was really tall. Maybe not freakishly tall, but really tall compared to my peers, compared to the other students in my grade. I was really tall. And so you have people say, oh, he's not tall, he's long. Oh, his legs are too long proportionate to the other part of his body. His torso is too short, his legs are too long. And you know, when you look into the mirror and you look at yourself and you say, I'm a very cool looking dude, and you have friends that make you want to feel like you're ugly. Oh, this guy is very ugly, this guy is very tall, his teeth is very bad. And so it made me start to question myself. It made me start to look at myself in a very negative way. It made me start to question a lot of things about myself. And when many of my peers are gathered, maybe to watch a football game, or maybe a live football match in school, or maybe to do something as a collective, I always was alienated. I always try to stay away so that nobody will look at me and say something negative about my body. So it started to make me feel depressed. It started to make me question a lot of things. And the thing is, your parents most times don't even know that you're suffering from this, that people in your school or in your place of work are really shaming different parts of your body. So you start to suffer mentally, you start to ask yourself certain questions, you start to compare yourself to other people. But he's tall like me and he's skinny like me. Why don't they pick on him? Why is everybody picking on me? Did you get it? Now, I know that different people get body shamed, and as sad as it might sound, it's something that has been accepted by everybody. That, oh, her butt is very big, we're going to talk about it. Oh, she has big breasts, we're going to talk about it. Her lips is very big, her hair is very short, her head is very small. So it's something that, as sad as it might sound, it has gained acceptance. But it's very bad. This has to be frowned upon. I used to have this friend, very close friend of mine. We went out to a pub to have a drink somewhere in Abuja here in Nigeria. And he looked at me. And this was many years after high school. I'd started working out and I'd already started getting my self-esteem back and stuff. And he looked at me and he said, why do all these girls like you? Why do they like you? Is it because you're handsome? I know you're handsome, but look at you. Look at your teeth. You have very bad teeth. And I started to ask myself, he told me I was handsome, so he paid me a compliment. And why did he have to water it down or take it all away by telling me I have bad teeth? And it occurred to me that many people body shame other people just to feel good about themselves. So maybe you're short, you body shame someone who's tall just so that you don't have to look at yourself and say, oh, I'm not as tall as him. But I asked myself, why don't you just look at him and just admire this person? Oh, I like your height, you're very tall. And even when I was graduating from high school, I remember one particular body shaming incident that really changed my life. Did you get it? I'll tell you how this changed my life. One of my friends in high school, when we're in our last year in high school, about to graduate, I was topless. I went to fetch a bucket of water and I was not wearing no sweatshirt, no t-shirt, nothing. I was just bare chested. And he looked at my chest and he said, oh, look, he has breast. I'm a man. And when I'm a boy, then I was a boy. When another boy is looking at a fellow boy and calling everybody's attention and pointing, he has breast, and they were all laughing at me. I made up my mind that day that I was going to work out my socks off. I was going to work out till I drop. And soon after that, when we graduated and I got back home, that's when I started push-ups. And a couple of years later, I started moving weights. And the result was me getting hinged out and ripped out. So that changed my life. And thinking back now, I now realize the only solution, or there are a couple of solutions to either get yourself used to or away from that toxic zone, okay? Now, if someone is body shaming you that you're too skinny, you have a couple of options. You either move away from people who are always telling you, oh, Fuse, you're too skinny. Or you could bite the bullet and find a gym, change your diet, bulk up and start moving weight and get back your self-esteem. I cannot stress this enough, guys. You have to do something about your environment, either about yourself or about your environment if you're body shaming. When you get body shamed for a long time, it takes away your self-confidence. It takes away your self-esteem. And when your self-confidence goes, your self-esteem goes, you start to alienate yourself, you start to feel depressed, you start to compare yourself with other people, and you start to ask yourself some questions that are very toxic. In my case, when the boy was body shaming my chest, I made a promise, I made a vow to myself that I was going to do something about this. Okay? And the result is me looking buff today. Okay, and I remember back in high school, the body shaming was so bad and my self-esteem was so far gone and so far shot that even when I got bullied by some people, I actually started to think I merited being bullied. I deserved to be bullied. Did you get it? This is how bad my self-esteem was. And my parents did not know. And parents don't know that I was suffering like this in my own zone, in my own school and stuff like this. So, like I said, the first solution is either you alienate those people from your world, just put a no-fly zone in your space. Whenever you see those people come in, you just move the other way. So you kind of distance and isolate yourself from these people that are kind of toxic towards you. Number two, you could start to better yourself. If you feel that they say you're too skinny and you think you're too skinny. Now, the crowd mentality is not the true mentality, okay? What the crowd says is usually not correct, okay? But if you feel strongly about something, if you look at yourself and you feel that there's something that is on your body, a part of your anatomy that you don't like, you can do something. There's nothing in your body that cannot be enhanced. And I don't even mean medically. I don't mean go to the doctor and get your lips big or whatever. If you go to the gym, get the right fitness trainer, they can tell you how to improve the size of your butt. They can tell you how to improve the size of your thighs. They can tell you how to enhance different parts of your body in a way that is kind of natural. Okay? This is very, very important. I know how much most of the body shaming led to self-hate that even graduated to me growing up and still having those thoughts in my head, the feeling that you're not good enough. When back then in high school, I had friends that asked me, do you know this? And I said, I don't know. Do you know this? I don't know. And they say, what? You were a dummy. And such derogatory words, they tend to stay in your mind. Even when you think you've outgrown them, there's always that self-doubt that someone else has planted in your subconscious that is going to be with you for the rest of your life. If you feel that maybe your friends are asking you too many questions and you don't know the answers, why don't you pick up a book? Yeah? Why don't you pick up a book and start to read? If you feel maybe you have friends that like sports and maybe you're not into sports and they're always talking about sports and they ask you, do you know who Thierry Henry is? And you say, I don't know. Do you know who Didier Drogba is? I don't know. Do you know who Didier Deschamps is? I don't know. Do you know who Roberto Martinez is? I don't know. Why don't you, I don't know, start to watch sports? If you feel you like that circle of friends so much and you don't want to be out of that friend zone, you could start to watch sports so when they have conversations you have something to say. Now, I'm not saying that you should do things to please other people and displease yourself. All I'm saying is you either do something about the environment or do something about yourself. Now, these are the two only variables in this equation: you and your environment. In one of my videos, I think it's going to pop up there, how to quit smoking cigarette naturally. I told you in that video that to stop smoking cigarettes, one of the things I did was to change my environment. All the friends I had that were smokers, I kind of just, I red flagged them and blackballed them. So we're not seeing anymore. We're always talking on phone. When are we going to meet up? I'm not in town. And that's what I always said. So I changed my environment. And so when I decided to drop the cigarette, it was easy for me to not get influenced by the environment. So you have a part to play and your environment has a part to play. If you feel the circle of friends you're keeping are toxic and you're always body shaming or saying derogatory things about you, you can change that environment. If you feel the problem is from you, you think you could change those aspects of your anatomy or those aspects of things that they say you don't know or you feel you don't know. But there's always something to be done, okay? There's always something to be done. You could even change your circle of friends to people who were just like you. So if you're too tall, you can start rolling with people who are tall. If you're kind of below average or short, you could be rolling with friends who are short, make new friends. If you feel that maybe you don't like football and these people are forcing this topic on you and you like fashion, you like something else, you could change your circle of friends to people that like that, but there's always something that can be done, okay? Okay? So guys, I want you to get out of that zone, get out of your head. Whatever they're telling you about you is not correct. I cannot look at you and tell you you're hungry, okay? The same way someone can then look at you and say you're too tall. What is the definition of too tall? What is the definition of too short? Did you get it? We have what? 5 fingers in one hand. And if I do this to you, it means good job. And if I do this to you, it means you. If I do this to you, it means you win shit. This is that F you. And if I do this to you, it means we're gonna get married. And if I do this to you, it means pinky promise. So it means all fingers in one hand have different jobs. They're the same shapes, but different length. Just as we all have the same features, but different sizes. So we all have faces, shoulders, arms, legs, nose, mouth. But some of us have small nose, some of us have big nose, some of us have thick lips, some of us have tiny lips. So the same features, but different sizes. So Someone out there, tell me, who gave you or someone else the right to judge? Or what standard? Who places the standard to judge beauty? Who gives you the right to say what is beautiful, what is ugly? It could be beautiful to you and ugly to someone else. It could be ugly to someone else and beautiful to you, okay? So get out of your head, or get these voices out of your head, and realize that you're beautiful. You're black and beautiful. You're white and beautiful. You're Chinese and beautiful. You're Australian and beautiful. You're Canadian and beautiful. You're beautiful in your own way, in your own right. Okay? Now, guys, I know you might have friends or family members who are suffering from depression due to body shaming and self-hate. People who look the way they look, the way they appear. I want us to share this video, okay? Share this video with your friends and family so that they can know that they are not alone, that they can know that there's someone somewhere in a city in Nigeria, which is located somewhere in Africa, who has suffered this literally almost all his life, but somehow has been able to overcome, so they can overcome as well. Okay, so I want to believe that this video has been helpful to anybody out there. I want you to do your boy a favor. Go down there and smash the subscribe button, or not, it's all up to you. Okay, show your support to your boy's channel. If you think this video has been helpful to you in some way, shape or form, give us a thumbs up. Show the YouTube algorithm that the content that we're bringing out 2 times a week, Mondays and Thursdays, are valuable to you or someone out there. Okay, turn on your notification bell so when we release this content, you're notified and you can catch our content being released at the time. Follow me on Instagram. If you feel maybe sending comments or posting comments on YouTube might be maybe something out of your reach, because you might feel we might not see your comment or comment to it on time or respond to it on time, follow me on Instagram. My Instagram handle is up there. It's very simple. It's at Fuse Chronicles. Slide into my DMs with any inquiries or questions you might have, and we'll respond to every inquiries and every question as soon as they come in. Okay? So guys, I want you and you all out there to be good. I want you to be happy, and I want you to know that you are beautiful the way you are. If you're not happy with the way you look or the way you appear, you can switch it up by going to the gym and living a healthy lifestyle, okay? Don't let anybody be the judge of how you look or tell you you're ugly or you're beautiful. They have no right to do that. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, okay? So until the next one, it's still your boy Fuse from the Fuse Chronicles. Be good. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now.